Hi guys, my name is Angela Lucas, a student from BSPT 2-1. Today we're going to talk about a memory. So, what is memory in psychology? Memory is today defined in psychology as the faculty of encoding, storing, and retrieving information. According to Square 2009, psychologists have found that memory includes three important categories: a sensory memory, short-term, and long-term memory. Function of memory: we have encoding, storage, and retrieval. For encoding, this is an act of getting information into our system through automatic or effortful processing. When sinabi naman nating storage, ito yung retention of the information. Retrieval, an act of getting information of the storage into conscious awareness through recall, recognition, and relearning. So, dito natin makikita yung three stages ng process of memory. Information enters through the sensory system, briefly registering in sensory memory. Selective attention moves the information into short-term memory, and then where it is held while attention or rehearsal continues. If the information releases enough rehearsal, it will enter and be stored in long-term memory. But some information in long-term memory is returned indefinitely, some is lost with the passage of time. Ganon din sa my short-term memory. Unrehearsed information is lost about in 15 to 30 seconds. So, ano nga ba ang sensory memory? Sensory memories are stored for a few seconds at most. They come from the five senses, which are hearing, vision, touch, smell, and taste. They are stored only for as long as the sense is being stimulated. They are then reprocessed and associated with a memory that may store in your short-term memory. Ano nga ba ang short-term memory? Short-term memory is the capacity to store a small amount of information in mind and keep it readily available for a short period of time. STM can hold only 7 items at once, plus or minus 2. Information kept in STM will be stored for approximately 20 to 30 seconds or even less. Can last up to minutes, but most of information decays quickly unless you use rehearsal strategies such as saying the information aloud or mentally repeating it. Sa maintenance rehearsal naman, ito yung nag-help para ma-move yung memories from short-term memories to long-term memories. Chunking, ito yung isang technique na tinatawag for memorization that can facilitate the transfer of information into long-term memory. This approach involves organizing information into more easily learned groups, phrases, words, or numbers. Mnemonics. Easily remembered mnemonics, phrases, abbreviation, or rhymes can help move short-term memory into the long-term storage. So, long-term memory, the continuous storage of information. Unlike short-term memory, the storage capacity of long-term memory has no limits. It is the systems of memory into which all information is placed to be kept or more or less permanently. Long-term memory is divided into two types, explicit and implicit. Understanding the different types is important because a person's age or particular type of brain trauma or disorder can leave certain types of long-term memory intact, while having disastrous consequences for other types. Explicit memories are those we consciously try to remember and recall. For example, if you are studying for your chemistry exam, the material you are learning will be part of explicit memory. But sometimes, not always, the term explicit memory and declarative memory are used interchangeably. Implicit memory are memories that are part of consciousness. They are memories from behaviors. Implicit memory is called non-declarative memory. Ito po, may long-term memory tayo, which is nagdi-divide sa two, explicit memory and implicit memory. Explicit or declarative, implicit or non-declarative. Explicit na hahati pa siya sa episodic and semantic. Kapag sinabing episodic, yun yung nakaka-experience ng events. Pag semantic, knowledge and concept. Kapag dumako naman sa implicit, yun yung procedural and emotional conditioning. Kapag procedural is study of skills and action. Memory consolidation. Memory consolidation is the process in which the brain converts short-term memories into long-term ones. Rehearsing or recalling information over and over again creates structural changes in the brain to strengthen neural networks. The repeated firing of two neurons make it more likely they will repeat the firing again in the future. So kaya natin natatandaan yung mga information. Meron tayong retrieval. Ang retrieval naman is an act of getting information out of memory storage and back into conscious and awareness. It uses recall, recognition, and relearning. Sabi ko na kanina. Pag sinabing recall, type of memory retrieval in which the information is to be retrieved must pulled from memory with very few external cues. Pero, nagkakaroon kadalasan ng retrieval failure. Ito yung sinasabi na tip of the tongue phenomenon. Yung nasa dulo na ng dila mo, alam mo na yung word pero hindi mo masabi-sabi. Pag sinabi namang recognition, the ability to match piece of information or stimulus to storage, image or fact. Relearning, learning of information that you previously learned. Types of forgetting memory. Meron tayong encoding failure, decay or deuse, protective interference, and retroactive interference. So, on description and encoding failure, the information is not attended and falls into to be encoded. Pag sinabi naman decays or disuse, information that is accessed decays from storage system over time. Pag sinabing proactive interference, older information already in memory interferes with the retrieval or newer information. Pag sinabi namang retroactive interference, newer information interferes with the retrieval in older information. Amnesia, meron tayong tatlo, retrograde, anterograde, and infantile amnesia. Pag sinabing retrograde, loss of long-term memory, while the anterograde is loss of short-term memory or senile dementia. Infantile, inability to retrieve memories from much before age of 3. Alzheimer's disease. The primary memory difficulty in Alzheimer's disease is anterograde amnesia, although retrograde amnesia can also occur as the disease progresses. These are various drugs. There are various drugs in use or in development for in slowing or stopping the progression of Alzheimer's disease. So, these are the references of my report, and that's all. Thank you.